We were all set to buy a shed and turn it into a tiny home for my daughter and grandson. We put down the deposit, we picked the model, and then we stopped. And today I want to tell you why we changed the plan and why I believe this next step is going to be even better. Not just for us, but maybe for a few of y'all out there who are dreaming of a different kind of life too. Hey y'all, it's Kevin from AskPawPaw, and if you've been following our journey, you know we've been working hard to create a safe, simple, and affordable home for my daughter and my grandson. But like a lot of folks trying to do something meaningful on a budget, we hit a moment where we had to pause and stop and think. And we're not sponsored by a TV network. We're not backed by a production crew. It's just us, a dream, and a few dollars each payday. And that's what makes this a real thing. We were just about ready to get the shed delivered. I mean, the decision was made. The deposit was already put down on it. We had picked the model, the layout, even where the front door was going to face. It was exciting, and like we were finally about to take that big first step. But then the payment started creeping into our conversations. $300 a month might not sound like much to some folks, but for us it felt kind of heavy, like trying to plant a garden with a weight chain to your ankle. I mean, that's gas money, it's grocery money, it's diapers, it's the unexpected car repair fund we never quite have when you need it, right? And once you start down the road of just a little monthly payment, it's real easy to end up with a whole lot of them. It didn't feel like freedom, and it felt kind of like the beginning of a trap, especially for my daughter. And here's the funny part. I think the good Lord gave us a little nudge by slowing us down. We had our issues with trying to get someone out here to prep the property. I must have called the guy 5 or 6 different times and called several different folks, and no one ever showed up. And then the rain came, and of course the rain this spring, as you can tell, I'm trying to get this video done before it starts storming. There's a storm coming right now. And day after day, I kept looking at the forecast, just shaking my head. It felt like everything was working against us. But looking back now, I think those delays were actually a gift, because if everything had gone to plan, if the ground had been ready, if the shed was delivered on time, we might have jumped into something that we decided later we couldn't afford long term. That waiting, as aggravating as it was, gave us space to pause, to breathe and to think about what we really wanted for this little home. It gave us time to remember our why and not just chase what felt convenient. And then one evening while we were going over the numbers again, my daughter looked at me and said, "Daddy, I don't want to start this with a bill I can't afford." She said, "I'd rather wait. I'd rather build it slow and have it be ours, not owe somebody else." And right then and there, I knew what we had to do. We had to ask ourselves, is speed really worth the stress? Is getting it now worth paying for it more, paying for it in different ways down the road, emotionally and financially? So we made the hard call and we backed out of the deal. We lost our $250 deposit, and yeah, that stings a little bit. I mean, that's a week's worth of groceries, right? And some lumber we could have bought. But honestly, I'd rather lose $250 once than feel that weight every month for the next 5 years. What we gained instead is something I think a lot of folks are looking for, and that's freedom. So we're not building this home on someone else's timeline. I've been feeling a little pressure to get it done because of YouTube and you fine folks, and trying to get videos out for you. But really, when it comes down to it, we got to do what's best for us and for my daughter and grandson. So we're not building this home on someone else's timeline. We're building it on ours. And as slow as that might be, as imperfect as it might look some days, every nail that we drive, every board we cut, it'll be paid for, planned and placed with purpose. And that peace of mind that you get when you do something like that, you can't put a price tag on it. So we're going to build the house from scratch, stick by stick, paycheck by paycheck. It'll take longer, it'll be a little harder, but it'll be ours when we're done. We're starting with the same post and beam foundation that I'd planned on using for the shed build, only this time there's no shed to lower into place. We'll build a floor system from regular old lumber. We'll install blocking. We'll use joist hangers to keep it level and solid. Then we'll frame the walls up. We'll add in framing for windows and a full-size door. Then we'll tackle the roof, likely a gable style with metal panels. We're designing it so that it breathes. That means proper ventilation, air gaps, radiant barrier to reflect the heat before it hits, and then of course the insulation. The goal is simple: keep it cool in summer, warm in winter, and dry all year long. One thing I want to do differently this time is share our numbers. So we're going to track every purchase, every screw, every board, every hinge, and we're going to show you what it really costs to build a tiny home in this way. We're calling it the paycheck to paycheck build, because let's be honest, most of us aren't sitting on 10 or 20 grand in savings that we can spend all at one time. But if you can put a few $100s towards your dream every payday, it adds up quick. We'll post regular budget updates and maybe even include a downloadable log so that you can follow along or plan your own. This isn't HGTV, this is AskPawPaw TV. Now I know some folks might think we're crazy for giving up a fast solution, but let me tell you something. When we were raising our daughters, there were nights that we stretched a can of soup between 3 bowls, if you know what I mean. And we made do. We leaned on each other, and somehow, by the grace of God and the grit of family, we made it through. This build isn't just a project, it's a way to teach my grandson what it means to work with your hands, to problem solve, to build something that lasts. And for my daughter, it's a reset, a new beginning that doesn't come with stress and debt, just sawdust and progress. I know I'll get some questions, so let me answer a few ahead of time. Why not rent? Because rent takes your money and leaves you with nothing. This gives you equity, experience, and stability. So what if you mess up? Well, then if I mess up and I fix it, that's how you learn. Another question, how do you know what to do? I don't always, but I figure it out. I read, I watch, I ask questions, and I try. That's what I want to show you. Not that I'm perfect, but that I'm willing to try and I'm willing to learn. So here's what's next. We're going to build this home from scratch, frame by frame, step by step, and I'm going to bring y'all along the entire way. Not just the pretty parts, the sweaty, slow, we only got 2 wall studs this week parts. If you want to learn how to build your own place, even if it's just to understand what goes into it, subscribe, share it with a friend, ask questions. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the structure, the electrical, the plumbing, the mindset, and the money. I want this to be a community, a front porch, where you pull up a chair, grab a sweet tea, and learn something useful. This isn't just about building a house, it's about building a life. Debt-free, purpose-driven, and full of the kind of peace that comes from knowing no one can take it from you. If that's your kind of journey, then welcome. We're going to make mistakes, we're going to get rained on, we're going to stretch every dollar, but in the end, we're going to stand on a little piece of land and say, we built this together. Hey, thanks for watching. See y'all on the next step of the build.